Mark,
Hey, Paul.
what's going on?
I'm just pondering, wondering who is Agent Zero.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. We got lots of first appearances again in this issue, just like we had last issue last week. So, in Absolute Green Lantern number 13, we're going to get to it right after this. Before we get started, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bells for alerted whenever we upload new content, and leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. We are more than a year into the Absolute Universe now, just over a year in the Absolute Green Lantern part of the Absolute Universe. Issue number 13 came out. A little bit misnamed because Joe Mullen does not appear anywhere in this issue, but we'll get to that in just a second. Um, but we go through. We start with checking in with lots of the different colors to start.
Computer programs running,
Right.
and it's like checking. It seems like it's checking in. It's called the Black Star program.
Mhm.
It's just like it's ticking across the screen, saying that it's running the Black Star program, and it's recognizing all of the different colors with two-word names like 00, universal control assigned to this element. Then 10 checks in, which is the red, then the green, then the yellow, then it gets the pink, which it says error unknown, which is from the last issue we saw that Hal has activated the Star Sapphire somehow. This is the first time we've seen it in the Absolute, so we don't even know if it's called that, what it is, but it's clearly just letting us know that the Black Star program that's out there is aware of that anomaly happening.
Correct. And so then we go to the planet. We see the planet Rand for the first time in the Absolute Universe. What?
The Black Star's answer to this was to contact local agent Sinestro.
Right. Exactly. And so we're on the planet Rand, and we see Sinestro talking to a Black Star who's dressed in the old Dark Stars uniform from the 80s, the DC in the 80s. That another one of the things that Donna Troy was, among many different things, was a Dark Star. When they couldn't figure out who or what she was, and so we see basically we see Sinestro talking about telling this Black Star, the overseer
yeah,
of Rand, that they've identified something going on in this planet Earth, but it's okay because we've sent Mogo to go check it out. And it's taking its time to get there. So we're still waiting for Mogo to show up. That'll be a big deal when he shows up by the planet Earth.
Yep. That's pretty much it. Yeah. That's what happens. He tells the overseer to assign some of his Black Stars to. He alerted them that some of the Abins have gotten impatient, hopped in the Green Lantern, the giant obelisk or whatever it is, and is heading that way. And he wants him to take a couple of his Black Stars and intercept it, take it out because they want it. Right. Kill the Abins on it. We want it because we learned in the last issue it's not just a big giant Green Lantern; it's an actual weapon. We don't know how it operates, but they want it.
Right, and so then we see we in the part of the discussion, I believe we find out that the Black Stars are responsible for the Black Hand.
Yeah, that's right. Say the Black Stars tells them to activate your black hands and send them out.
Right. And so he basically says, okay, you know what, we're going to do it. And it makes, at first, it gives the impression that they have a whole planet full of these. And he says, okay, basically send our two.
We're stacked.
Right, exactly.
Both of them.
Right. Suddenly, this gentleman is dragged in front of the overseer, who just happens to be Sardath from the Adam Strange mythos.
The old father-in-law.
Correct. Exactly. And he's talking, and he's basically on trial for doing some experiments that apparently are not allowed. And
not allowed of science on this planet anymore. Exactly. Not with the Black Stars in charge.
Right.
It's just a giant walkie-talkie. Like what's the big deal?
Right. And so we see, Sardis says, but there was basically I was working with non-destructive type entities, and nothing I was experimenting on had any type of ability to do any harm to anybody, basically. And that's when the overseer shows that he is connected to another longtime DC character, Shade. If you remember from the 70s, I believe, or maybe early 80s, another character created by Steve Ditko when he was working for DC, um, and then was famously done, I believe, by Neil Gaiman in the Vertigo universe. Or one of those, but he was done in the Vertigo universe as well. Very different character, same name. But he actually has this vest, this M vest, which dates back and references back to the Steve Ditko character, that basically causes anyone who is there to go through some sort of psychological trauma while he's there.
Yeah, you start seeing the overseer as something that you fear. So it's different for different people, kind of thing. But he's intimidating and trash talking Sardath and just explaining all this to him and asking him what was the real purpose of the Zeta beam. I don't believe you that it was harmless, X, Y, and Z. And he keeps stressing it's just for communication. Please tell me what you did with Alana.
Right. And he says basically to him that, okay, you know what, Alana, because she was rebellious, they sent her into this zero zone, I believe it's called, right? Um, um,
Zone of
the
madness.
zone of madness. And, Sardath is basically, how could you do this? You couldn't do this. And what do you know? From behind him comes his daughter, Alana.
Who's been lobotomized with some of their laser tech that kind of burns out your childish ways, is what they term it as, but it takes out your rebellion, any kind of personhood, pretty much just makes you like an obedient zombie to the Black Stars here.
Mm-hmm.
And she puts a gun to her dad's head, and Overseer says, again, tell me what the Zeta beam was really used for. And he just simply says, you're all monsters. And she's ordered to shoot him, and she doesn't even hesitate. She blows her dad's brains out.
Right. We then get some discussion between Alana and the overseer, basically talking about they go to the Zeta beam, where Sardath has that, and they find out that is something has actually been activated. And
yeah, it also dawns on her that he was actually using it to attempt to find her and contact her in the zero zone, which kind of triggers her emotions briefly, very briefly. But she gets past it, and then that's when the beam fires up on its own, and someone comes through it.
Right, and we get this
this person,
right,
looking all 1950s with the whole haircut and the bomber jacket and stuff.
Right, who identifies herself a little bit later as Emily Hawk.
Look at her, Paul. She's got moxie.
She does. And so I think there's a couple different. I mean, it's a new character, but I also think that it could be. I ran through in my mind a couple of different options as to who it could be. Just because of her name and who she's with, So I thought of
Earhart.
Lady Blackhawk.
Oh.
I thought of, is she Hawk Girl? Emily Hawk. Is she going to be Hawk Girl? Is she just going to disappear and we'll never see her again? So those are the two that I came up with.
Zero.
The fact that she's a time traveler dealing with the OSS, to me, kind of, actually both of them, because both of them were created in the 40s, the Black Hawks and Hawk Girl. So to me, I think it could be either one, or it could just be a brand new character that Al Ewing decided to create.
Yeah, she's got the scarf and the bomber jacket, so she really does look like a pilot, doesn't she?
Right. Yeah. So that was who I came up with Lady Blackhawk. So.
But she ends up running outside, guns blazing, sees the Black Star, sees the overseer, and she heads up against him. And he's in his hubris, goes in and attacks her, and he's talking big talks like, "Oh, do you feel your fears? My invest is showing you your wildest fears. What do you see when I aim it at you?" And then he goes, "What the heck?" And he looks down, and he's just this scrawny little weak thing, which that's what she sees him as. And she just does a little front flip, grabs his neck, and twists it around backwards, and just keeps on moving like no problem. And then she goes, fading into the crowd where she literally starts to fade.
Mm-hmm. Because the Zeta beam, while it projects people, it also then, after a certain amount of time, draws them back as well, as we know from Adam Strange. So, but it basically calls her back, and she ends up where
Back in the
she
zero.
ends up in the zero zone, where we hear no man escapes. So is that where the manhunters come from? Is the zero zone?
It looks like we have our first absolute manhunter right there.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. But what did they say earlier about the zero zone? About like, so if you have to go farther to escape the zero zone, one has to go farther in it and
farther in to get out, right?
And then it holds like the answer to something or the secrets to. We believe that the M Zone holds the truth of reality, a glimpse behind the mask. We think we know what that secret might be. So whatever that line of dialogue is, that was the secret. Something's in there. That's it. Mm-hmm. Whatever that is. So might not have been a Green Lantern heavy issue, but this was a wildly awesome issue that kind of exploded the cosmicness of the Absolute Universe. We had one other issue that was really like this, and that was our introduction to Sinestro when we had Kilowog and the other stuff where we're just out in space. So I kind of like that formula because it's very grounded with Joe and Cameron and Simon and Hal. It's very grounded on Earth. So it's cool to get these issues every so often that just shows us how much is happening that they're sure to be crossing paths with along the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it gives them, a way to give the regular artists a break, or to be able to catch up by having this other, so kind of like these kind of interlude type issues where they kind of focus on something else for an issue. But we'll see where they go. The Manhunters are very prominent right now in DC. They're in the Green Lantern Corps stories as well. So, and now they're in Absolute Green Lantern. So we'll see where those go. But yeah, I liked it too, even though it was without a Green Lantern in it. So it was a really good show.
Somehow.
Exactly. So this coming Wednesday, make sure you get to your local comic shop because it's Absolute Batman number 19. Both Mark and I have read it, and it is basically going to blow the lid off of the Absolute Batman.
What's it called? The Straw Man?
The Straw Man, yeah.
Straw Man.
Yep. There are some preview pages that are up that you can find online, but those are not going to prepare you at all for anything that happens in the issue. Believe me.
So. There's like three like prominent holy smokes things, like the straw man thing, mm-hmm. the thing that happens in the middle, and then like the end is like just like foot on the gas, like, oh, we're going this way now. It's wild.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So do not miss out. There's probably at least 20 different store exclusive covers that you can get somewhere too. So but yeah, if you read it, you will not be disappointed, I guarantee you.
No, not at all. And if you're a speculator, it's one of them issues, one of them absolute Batman speculation thingies.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So but that's gonna be it for this edition of DC Comics Deep Dive. Like I said, we'll be back and we'll talk about Absolute Batman on our next episode, but that will be next Monday. Again, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're alerted whenever we upload new content, and leave us a comment. Let us know if you read Absolute Green Lantern, what you thought of it. We read and kind of respond to every single comment, so make sure you do that. But that's going to be it as of not as of right now. As of always, I'm Paul. He's Mark.
But we are Legion.
And you're now leaving Sector 2815.